Hi, everybody. Thank you for joining us today on this Empowerment Thursday, this series that we have going on. We truly appreciate you guys joining us. And today we're speaking to our students and our parents during this COVID, getting ready to go back to school. So before we get started and introduce everybody, let's just have a word of prayer. Lord Jesus, I just thank you for everything that you have done for us. Let today be a blessed day. Let this evening be a blessed evening. Let something that is said today bless somebody throughout the day. Have your way through everybody that is on this Facebook platform, this YouTube platform, all the different platforms that we do have. Let them have a blessed school year. Let the parents be prepared and able to do everything they need to do for their students. In the name of Jesus, we do pray. Amen. All right. So glad everybody is here with us. So as you guys can see, we have five beautiful people up here with us. So I'm just going to have them all introduce themselves. I'm going to start with the parents, and then we're going to move to the students. So the person right here in front of me, Miss Tamika Walden, if you would start, just introduce yourself, the age of your student, and what grade they're in, and probably what district they're in.
So I'm Tamika Walden. I have a brand new sixth grader and
Yes.
will be attending a magnet school this year. And what else was I supposed to say?
Not a problem. Thank you. So the next parent, Mr. William Rollins, introduce yourself.
Hello, everyone. My name is William Rollins. I have two children. One is going to the fifth grade. The other one is going to the ninth grade. We're both in the Pittsburgh City Public School District.
Nice. All right. And to our beautiful, fabulous students, I'm going to just start with the top of my screen, Miss Alana Hutchinson.
Hi, my name is Alana Hutchison. I'll be a junior in college this semester, and I go to college in North Carolina.
Nice. And Alexis, Miss Alexis.
Hi, I'm Alexis Rollins, and I am going to the ninth grade this year.
Nice. And the man of the hour, Mr. Zachary.
Hey everybody, my name is Zachary Thomas, and I'm going to the 11th grade in high school. And yeah.
All right, beautiful. So thank you guys very much for joining us, and just to have a discussion before you guys go back to school, and the parents who are going to have to help get all this together. So we're just going to have casual conversation. So let's start with the students. Students, are you ready for this new school year and to go back? Any of you guys just start talking?
Actually, I am ready to go back to school. Surprisingly, I am ready for online learning.
I agree. I'm ready to go. I haven't been in school since March, so it'll be nice to just kind of go back and learn something.
I can believe it.
I agree too. I can't wait to see my new teachers and my friends after not seeing them since March.
All right. And Alexis, do you know what kind of school program you guys are going to have? Is it going to be just virtual, or is it going to be a hybrid program? What are you guys doing this year?
So for the first 9 weeks, it'll be online, and then those who chose to go back to school will possibly going back. They'll see how it looks after that.
Okay. All right. Anybody else? Zachary, what kind of school are you guys having, virtual or hybrid?
I know we're having online school until January or February, so that's what my school is doing. So yeah.
Okay. And you know I'm coming to you. You know I am.
So my school, we're all coming back on campus, but of course they'll have like the social distancing procedures in place. But my classes will be mostly online, and I do have one hybrid class.
Okay. Okay. All right. And Mr. Rollins, your Alexis is going to be home for a while. Are you prepared to help her? How do you feel about that?
Well, having two children, one going to high school, one going to the fifth grade, I'm not more so worried about my daughter, because when she started middle school, they already had a online portion of it anyway, like using different mediums like Schoology and things like that. With my son, I'm more so because he didn't start the whole quote unquote Microsoft Teams online learning thing until back in April. So I'm more concerned about him as opposed to her. Like she is a little bit more independent and kind of knows how to maneuver through things. But yeah,
truly understand. Yeah, that's a real concern. I can truly understand that. Tamika, you have a brand new 6th grader.
Yes.
How's that gonna work? Yes.
She's ready to go back into the classroom because, of course, you know, she's a social butterfly, and I'm concerned, just like Mr. Rollins is. Mr. Rollins, the same. She's more on hands-on instead of this virtual. She did very well. She did very well when school ended virtually, but 6th grade, new higher learning, more things that's coming her way, and so I'm a little nervous about all of that. Yeah,
truly understand. This is just for any of the students. Have you guys noticed any technical difficulties as far as trying to log into your school from what you guys had this spring? Did you notice anything that you wish that you hope you won't experience this year coming? If so, let's talk about it.
I know for me, because my classes are so large, I can sometimes have up to like 60 students in like a virtual classroom, I guess you can say. And sometimes the systems would crash. Like our Blackboard is like the system that we use to look at our classes and like assignments. And sometimes they would crash, I guess, because there's so many students on there at once. So I'm hoping that this semester they've updated the systems or whatever they need to, so that doesn't happen.
I understand thoroughly. I know I have, just to piggyback off of what you were saying, I too also have kids in school, one being in college, he's a senior this year. And that was one of the concerns, was things was crashing because everybody was jumping under at the same time. So that's hopefully, fingers crossed, that won't happen this year. And then I have a 10th grader who, just like Tamika stated, is a social butterfly, wants to be with her friends. But she's going to a charter school. So thankfully, you know, the class sizes are a little bit smaller. So I'm not having to worry so much, but her school is strictly hybrid. We had the option of doing virtual, but she needs a teacher in front of her, teaching her different things of that nature. Alexis, what challenges did you have this past spring that you're hoping doesn't come along, that they fixed this coming school year?
Well, sometimes the articles that they had us go to would be like blocked, or I couldn't access them. And then sometimes like the teachers wouldn't, when we would do like the Zoom calls and all that, sometimes the teacher wouldn't be on there, or like it wouldn't load, and it was a lot.
Yeah, let's hope they fix all of that with the new school year. Zachary, did you have any challenges last year that you hope don't come over this year?
Really? Any challenges? No, I didn't really have any challenges. Well, actually, that's a lie. One challenge I did have was when my teacher, he had did an online class and we couldn't hear him. Like everybody heard like each other, but we couldn't hear him. And it was just all talking and he wasn't there, and it was just all over the place. So that's, I hope that doesn't happen.
Yeah, that can be a big challenge if you can't hear your teacher. Okay. If you cannot hear your teacher. All right. But parents, how do you feel about, you know, what the school is doing? Are they doing anything different that you guys are thankful for? Or do you know what they're doing different?
Everything, because we're at a different school.
Okay.
So everything is just new to me. You know, we're in a different environment. So it's like, okay, what else are you guys going to throw at us? So it's just right now we're waiting on schedules to come in the mail. And a lot of the communication is through like text, and they have an app called Remind Me. So it's just a lot of that. And it's more of, oh, I wish I was in front of somebody so I can ask some questions and send all of this information at one time. and I'm trying to decipher through what's important, what's not important right now. Everything is important. So it's just it's information overload for me. Like I said, it's new.
Yeah, truly understand. Mr. Rollins.
Yes, ma'am. For me, the school district has been in contact with us. Like they've had numerous Facebook lives about what they're going to be doing, but the schools that my kids go to, themselves, no. They've been vague on some things. They've been voting on a lot of stuff and putting a lot of stuff down. So it's I don't want to say we're in the dark, but it's different when the regular school year is going on because we get a lot of information. Like by this time we would have their schedules already and teachers and everything like that, and everything is kind of still up in the air a little bit.
No, truly understand. My daughter will start school Wednesday, and we don't know what her first class is. So, you know, we just found out she's an A student because they're doing it by last names, and that's every Monday and Tuesday. But like Chu was saying, we're finding out things, but unfortunately it's slow. It's very slow. But, you know, this is the new, what we're dealing with, and just trying to figure it out. Students, have you guys been able to voice your opinion as to what you want to see this new fall year coming? And do you have a choice on if you're going to go to hybrid or if you're going to do virtual? Did you have that choice?
No, I know. Oh, my fan. I'm sorry if my fan is loud. I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
I know we didn't really like have a choice to do hybrid or not. I know that we're strictly online.
Okay.
Like, I don't know. Me personally, I don't know if I want to go back to school. I like virtual learning. I'm sorry, but I like virtual learning. But yeah, we didn't really get a choice. That's just my school.
What do you like about it?
What do I like about it? I like one thing I like about virtual learning. I like the fact that I could do like my work anytime like I've like needed to. Like my teachers, I'm sorry, this is my school district or whatever. My teachers, they actually pre-recorded themselves and then sent it into the class, like Google Classroom, of them like telling the lesson. We didn't have like online classes because they stopped it after a while.
Mm-hmm.
So they would like pre-record themselves talking about the lesson and then send it into Google Classroom. And by the end of the week, we had to do it, turn it in, and all that stuff. That's one thing I liked about my school district. That's why I like online learning. Yeah.
Okay. Let's keep it going. Alana, do you prefer online or going to class, and why?
I prefer going to class, and I prefer it because I'm more like hands-on, and I would rather be able to see my teacher, like her eyes, her mouth, you know, her body language, her change of tone, everything like that. And also like if she's like speaking on something and I have a question like right then, I would rather like be able to raise my hand and ask her. Whereas like online or virtually, you can't really do that. I mean, you can send an email, but say I forget, then it's like kind of out the window, you know? So I would rather be in class, but I didn't get a choice. So
Okay. Miss Alexis?
I agree with Alana. I'm a hands-on learner. Like sometimes when I email my teachers about like a certain question, they really wouldn't know what I was asking or didn't understand, or like their emails would come like 2 days later, and it's a lot. And I think I got a choice to do online or virtual, and I did. Oh, you mean online or in class? And I chose in class because that's better for me.
I understand thoroughly. Yeah, I know my daughter got a choice. I chose for her. That's just who I am. But I chose hybrid. You know, she needs to be like the rest of you guys are saying. She needs to have somebody in front of her being animated, talking, and different things of that nature. And it's 2 days out of the week. But I said I'll take that than nothing. So yeah, truly understand. It's going to be an interesting year. Parents, with your kids being at home, you know, do you guys have a system in place already? I know most of us are working and we have, you know, multiple kids or just multiple things that we do throughout the day. What system do you guys already have in place to help your kids stay on track? And yeah.
Well, for both of my children, me and their mom are essential workers. Their mother is a first responder.
Okay.
So the way how we kind of made it work was she was able to stack her vacation because of the job that she does. And she was able to take off the last 6 weeks. So she was there for them every day.
Right.
But going into this school year is kind of, you have to work, I have to work. So it's trying to figure out a medium of how to do that balancing act, because we can't keep calling off of work because we both work essential jobs. So prior to that, she would have them write all the lessons down, tackle this right now. If you don't get it, come back to it, go on to the next subject, things like that. But moving forward, that's going to be kind of hard. So we're trying to figure out now how to balance everything with work.
Truly understand. Yeah. No, truly understand. Tamika?
Well, I was not working when the whole virtual school started. So it was more so, okay, we're gonna still get up in the morning like we're going to school. So we kind of kept that schedule, but I will be headed back to work at the end of the month. And so, we're trying to figure out things because both of us work, and she's, again, it's kind of scary because it's again, new year, new school, new grade, and then parents not here. So we're still trying to figure all this out.
Yeah. No, I understand. I'm thankful that I'm able to work from home. My job pretty much told me I'm not going back until the beginning of next year. But, I know even with me being home, her staying on task, is going to be a challenge, and making sure, like, I'm hoping from last year, from last spring, it was just as Zachary was saying, they gave you a packet to do, and then you just finish it by the end of the week, and that was it. I'm really hoping that does not happen this time, that if you got a class at 8 o'clock, you're in that Zoom session, Google Classroom, whatever you have from 8 to 8:50, and then you move to the next Zoom section, whatever it happens. What happened last year that you hope don't come, that they're not going to do this year? As far as like my experience, it was just give a packet and have it turned in whenever. Zachary?
I really don't have it. I really don't have anything to say about that. That's just me. I really don't have anything to say about that. I don't know. That's all I have to say. I really don't have anything to say.
I can help you. I got something.
Please.
One thing that I hope that doesn't happen. So for me, all of my teachers at my school, they're supposed to have office hours. So it's like an allotted amount of time, that they are available for all of the students. And for me, some of my teachers didn't do that. And like I was saying before, I am a hands-on learner. So if I have a question, I would like to ask them, either then or write it down and ask them later. And sometimes if they said my office hours are from 1 to 2, and I would email them during that time expecting them, to respond to me, they wouldn't. So I'm hoping that it's enforced that, they have to do those office hours that they're supposed to be doing.
Okay. Yeah.
Well, for me, sometimes like the teachers would say you have to do this, but placed it in like the wrong place, or it just wasn't there. And they're like, you got to check this and this. And I checked those places. It still wasn't there. Other students couldn't find the rest of the stuff. So it was like really challenging to finish the work.
Yeah, truly understand. That would definitely be a bothersome. Parents, what do you hope is different? I know this spring, it was very chaotic because they went to school one day, the next day they weren't at school. They were just told not to come back. And so everybody was trying to figure it out. So, with the exception that, for like Tamika, you're going to a brand new school, but what do you hope doesn't happen that happened in March with the teachers or the admin, that you hope it has a little bit more balance this fall that's coming?
I guess the only thing that I just don't want to happen, because when it first started, I guess everybody was trying to figure out how to make it work. And so every week it seems like things were changing.
Yeah.
And so if they would just stick to just one thing, because we've had some months now to try to figure this out. So hopefully once they got things and once they have things in place, it won't be okay, well, we're gonna change it this way now, this week. So that's the only thing I'm hoping that they just stay consistent for the first 9 weeks and hope well instead of changing up everything like they did previously.
Yeah, I truly understand that. Mr. Rollins.
I totally agree that, you know, they just need to stay consistent. I get it at first, who's expecting the pandemic and, you know, who could have planned for all of this to happen. But now we're going on 5 months, 6 months. You should have some type of plan moving forward so that everything isn't chaotic and haywire.
Yeah, truly understand. You will hope that, right? Fingers
Yes, ma'am.
crossed.
Right.
Truly understand. So with everything that's going on in the media right now, as far as the social justice and everything of that nature, how has that affected you guys at school or in your relationship as going into school? Do you think it will affect you guys at all?
No, I don't think that will affect anyone at my school. Like, my school is a real positive school. I don't know. I realized about my school, there's a lot of different friend groups. Like, everybody's really cool with each other at my school. Like, everyone knows everybody. Like, so I have a real positive school. So I don't think what's going on really is going to affect my school that much.
Okay.
Yeah.
For me, I think so obviously in college you've got kids from like everywhere and different backgrounds, different cultures. So I feel like it definitely will affect. I'm not going to say in a positive or negative way because I truly don't know. But I know like my school has done marches, like, you know, trying to raise awareness to the people that maybe are from an area that really don't understand what's going on. So that's a good thing. But hopefully it affects it in a positive way and allowing everyone to be more aware of what's going on. So yeah.
Yeah, I understand.
I don't think this will affect my school because like my school is like a very like kind and like accepting place, and like no one judges you for like your color or your gender or who you like, and it's just like a really nice school.
Good. That's real good. Real good. Next question that I'm just now seeing. How do you think has COVID actually affected your social life?
I'm gonna let Alana go first. I listen. I feel like she wanted to go, and I feel like I just popped up.
No, you're good. You're good. I mean, it definitely has affected my social life. I mean, I can't really go do much of anything. Honestly, what I do for fun is go window shop in Target. So that's kind of how my social life is going. I've been trying to read more, you know, trying to just be more, what's the word I'm looking for? Intentional in everything. So yeah.
Yeah, truly understand that. Alexis.
Well, it really has affected my social life because I do a martial art and it's easier to do in class, so you can kick the pads, and I had to do that virtually, and it was kind of hard because you have like all these different people in one class and they had to separate you into this belt level, but now they're doing like some people can go into the dojang and some people do virtual. And then like I also do gymnastics, so you can come in, but like the people who are teaching it will be wearing masks.
Okay, good. That's awesome. And Mr. Zachary, you have the floor now.
Has it affected my social life? I mean, really no, because in my free time I make TikToks. So it really hasn't affected my social life. And my state or whatever, well, my football team, we still go to the field and work out and stuff like that. So I still see my friends sometimes. So COVID hasn't really affected my social life, especially TikTok. But
yeah. Okay, that's good. Parents, what's going to happen once school starts and they're just doing virtual learning for right now? What are we doing to make sure that our kids get this social interaction that they desperately need, outside of just sitting with us? That I know we love our family time, but we know they need their friends. What are you doing different in your home to make sure they get that social interaction?
Well, Victoria has returned back to cheer, so she's been pretty much at the gym all summer. So that's not as much I'm gonna let her do. They've had some other things outside of the gym where they wanted the girls to go and bond. But I wouldn't, I wasn't ready for that because it involved swimming and things like that. So that part I kind of said, no, we're not gonna do that. But the gym, that's where she's been. And she looks forward to that because we have that Monday through Friday, really, except for Thursday night. So that's what she's been doing, is cheering.
Oh, wow.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And Mr. Rollins.
Yes, ma'am. For my kids, for my daughter, like she said, she does Taekwondo. She does that. And then she goes to gymnastics on Fridays and Saturdays. My son, he does Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. So he goes on Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday. So they're still getting that social aspect.
Okay, good. And just to let you guys know, the audience, if you have any questions for any of the parents or the students out here, definitely feel free to put your questions in the chat so you can get your, if you have any type of question, I think they're pretty open to answering your questions. So this is for everybody. How has your faith played a part with this COVID going on right now? Alana, you smiled the hardest. Let's go.
Personally, it has shown me, we're not going to church, so it's made me have to put in the extra work, and it showed me, no one's going to make you do this, so I have to want to and, kind of give my all and put it I don't know, I just lost my words, sorry.
It's fine. Tamika?
I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
I was just gonna piggyback on what Alana said. During this, I noticed a lot of things. I noticed a lot of stuff about myself since I been alone. So I noticed a lot of things. I noticed what's one thing I noticed about me? I noticed that I can sometimes be too talkative. I can get carried away with some of my words, and I noticed that about me. And I realize some people don't like that, and I sometimes need to relax. But yeah, that's just one thing I need to notice about myself. Excuse me.
Okay. Yeah. Good. Who's next?
Well, I'll say this. Things like this were going to come to pass. I think that it's just a trying of our faith. Not to sound like weeping may endure not for a night, but things like this were going to happen. I mean, the Bible foretold it, and here we are. All you have to do, that doesn't mean that God isn't still in control. That doesn't mean that God isn't still on the throne. It's just that you just have to go through this right now. That's all. With the whole virtual church thing, God isn't, the church isn't a building, so it doesn't matter if it's virtual. You can still receive the word of God online. You can still praise and worship, that same feeling. I know it's not the connectiveness of being a church building, but I think that you may need to check yourself that if you have to go to a church building to feel that connection, maybe there's something wrong with you. Yes, ma'am.
I'm sorry, we have a storm happening real quick. Give me one moment. Okay, it just stopped. I do apologize. My alarms were all just going off like crazy. Sorry about that.
Oh no. I don't know if you heard me, but what I said is that if you don't have to be in a physical brick and mortar building to worship God or to feel the presence of God. And if some people are feeling that, I know that you miss the physical connection of people, but if you need to be in a church building to experience God, maybe you need to check your faith. That's what sums it up.
That's a good sum up. I agree. There. Who's next?
I'll go. For me, the only thing that truly changed was the fact that we were not in church. You know, I miss that. I really miss being in fellowship in person with my church family. I miss it. I do. And you know, the one thing that I said, okay, Tamika, you're net when we go back to church, you're not gonna come up with a reason not to go. You know what I'm saying? It's gotta be a real reason why you're not going. But other than that, you know, prayer life, reading, things like that, you know, it does push you. This has pushed me to read a little bit more because you don't have, you know, going to church, you don't have anyone in front of you throwing scriptures at you. You need to know those for yourself. And you need to know what you're talking about when you do use those scriptures. So it just kind of increased my reading. But that's the only difference is I'm not there, and it did increase my reading time. So
yeah. We understand that. Yeah, do understand that. Anybody else wanted to? Go ahead.
Well, I agree with what everybody said. I really do miss going to church. Like my dad really wouldn't have to drag me out of bed to go. I'd love to like wake up and go. I really miss it. I really miss hearing like the words from my pastor because it like really touched me and I could like connect with that. And I've also had some like self-reflections, like maybe I'm just a little too active sometimes, like I need to chill, or maybe I should like start doing stuff like practicing my instrument and reading and all that.
Okay. Yeah, no, I truly agree with what everybody has said. It has truly, I have found that I am more connected because we get comfortable going to church and doing different things of that nature. And you got to realize that, you know, as one of my bishop said last week, or Bishop Linwood said last week, if this was in the 60s or the 70s or the 80s, we didn't have the internet. So, you know, we're thankful, you know, if it being that this did have to happen, that it happened now so we can still, but, you know, as Tamika said, it has increased my reading. It has increased my prayer time, my alone time, my soul searching as far as things that I don't want to, when this is all over, take out. I don't want to be the same person that I started this off with. What about me am I changing? So it made me really focus because now I'm still, as Zachary said, you know, we have that alone time now, and we're really dealing with that alone time. And, you know, what I'm learning about myself, that, you know, the quiet hours are hard for me because it makes me really deal with Michelle on levels that I never had to really deal with her. So any other things that may have happened during this time that you guys are realizing, yeah, I'm a better me, or there's a lot of things that I do need to change, even if it's not faith, but just about you that you don't mind sharing? Alana.
Well, I stated before, I've been reading more, my Bible and just leisure reading, trying to just educate myself because I feel like I haven't been in school since March. I mean, I did online classes, but my brain's kind of just sitting here. So I'm trying to dust the cobwebs out of my brain and get reading and just trying to educate myself.
Okay. Tamika.
Oh, well, you know, I just learned I am not a stay-at-home type, not a mom at all. I'm not there. This is not for me. Okay, this is not for me. I love, you know, of course, I love being around my family. I love spending time, but I have got to be out doing things. I can't. No. No. So you know, you've always heard, oh, I wish I could stay at home and just like don't do nothing. No. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. So when you have experienced it and say, this is not me, I can't do this. This is nothing.
Yeah.
I'll piggyback and say, being that I've been working the whole time, you know, it's been go, 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 go. And this week I'm actually, you know, on vacation or whatever. And I'm sitting here and I said to my cousin yesterday, there's no way that I could have done this for 3 or 4 months or 5 months or whatever it was, because I'm not a stay-at-home person at all. Like, I love my kids, I love my family and everything like that, but no, there's no way that I could have done this since March going all the way to now. Oh no. Mm-mm, not at all. Yeah.
No. Go ahead.
Oh, no.
No, I was about to say, I truly understand. You know, thankfully, like I said, I've been working from home since March. But, you know, and I was telling my dad the other day, I said, I love to cook, you know, so when I was working, I was cooking and it was not a problem. Now it's like, I'm cooking breakfast, I'm cooking lunch, I'm cooking dinner. I never leave the house. You know, I'm a Target girl, Alana. So, you know, me and Target are best friends now. I live in Lowe's, just want to drive just because now I don't want to cook anymore, but I don't want to spend any money. And, you know, I'll go to my office just to see the people that's in there, but I got to get back home to do my work. So it's just like, yeah, this being home, we're so used to being out on the go so much that now everything just stopped. And it was like, okay, this is nice for about 2 weeks. And now it's time to start moving all over again like crazy, you know, and I appreciate it. You know, we're finding out more about each other as far as if we really like each other in our house. If not, but, you know, it's just different. It is different. So we did have a question come in real quick as far as to the students. What virtual platform will you guys be using? Do you know, like Google Classroom or Zoom? Or all of the above? Do you guys know? Blackboard or just Blackboard? Alana?
My school is using Blackboard along with Zoom.
Okay. Zachary?
Hold on. I don't want my phone to die, y'all. My phone is about to die. I'm sorry. It gotta go like this for a second. But I'm sorry. But I know we're using Google Classroom and what else are we using? We don't use Zoom. What's the Google Classroom call thing? We're using that.
Okay.
And yeah, just strictly Google Slides, Google Docs, Google Classroom, all the Google stuff. So.
Okay. All right. And Alexis, do you know yet what you guys are going to be using?
Well, I mean, I'm pretty sure we'll be just using Microsoft Teams and Schoology because we've been using Schoology since 6th grade. So like if you weren't there, sometimes at school you could take your computer and do the work online. And
oh, nice. Real nice. Okay, so we got another question that came in. This is for the students again. Do you guys know how teachers are trying to verify that you are doing your own work and not plagiarizing?
Yes. I know for me, for spring semester, whenever I took a test, they would like lock our screens down. There was an app we had to download and they would lock our screens and they basically could see everything we were doing. So if you exited off, they could see. If you tried to Google or whatever, text someone on your computer, they would see. Also, when we like send in like an assignment or whatever, they have a system, I can't remember the name of it, but it's a system that like scans your document and it tries to see, you know, did you plagiarize from an article online or whatever.
Okay. All right. Alexis, do you know if there's one out there for you guys already?
I don't think there is. I mean, I haven't really been told. So.
But you wouldn't plagiarize anyways, would you?
No, but the stuff they gave us couldn't really do anything, like plagiarize anything.
Zachary.
No, I don't know if there's any way for them to check. I don't think they would tell us if they did have a way to check. but yeah, I'm not sure.
But you're not pledged. You would never do that, would you?
Of course not. Of course
Of
not.
course not. Parents, how comfortable are you to help your children with their work?
Ooh. School is a lot different. School is a lot different as opposed to when I was in high school, elementary school. Sometimes I wound up Googling some of the terms, and it's funny because some of like my son's teachers are my age, and I've said, "You've learned the same way I did," and they say, "Well, Mr. Rollins, we have to teach it this way." But it depends on the subjects. Normally, how it goes is that I handle history, English, science, and their mom handles math. So
that's unfair.
So we're good. We're good over here. Yes.
That's the system. Okay. And Tamika.
Honey, we be on the struggle bus, but Google, YouTube is our best friend. And then we have, my husband has a close friend that's a teacher. So if she does get stuck on something, we kind of reach out to him. So, that's pretty much being, because this math is like Greek. Like, okay, it's 5 + 2. Y'all got to do how many steps to get there? I'm not understanding.
No, I'm not understanding. It's funny because I sit here and of course, learning the way we learned when we were younger, and I have a math degree and I still sit here and go, how are you arguing with me? And I have a math degree on how to do this. So, we would have races and of course I'll get there faster, but that's the way the teacher has to do it, and I'm like, I don't even know what we're doing. Like 5 + 2 doesn't equal 7, or does it? Or, 5 steps to get there.
What?
It doesn't work anymore.
And your way is never right. Like, no, that's not how they told us. And I'm going, I don't know.
I understand. What roadblocks are you guys hoping that you're not going to have to experience this school year? Let's start with Alana, since you're a junior.
I would say, as far as like emails go, just that the teachers are responsive pretty quickly. I think sometimes, they obviously have a life of their own and doing whatever they have to do, but, still responding to our emails promptly, and actually answering the question at hand. Sometimes teachers like to kind of go around the question, so actually answering what is being asked would be nice.
Truly understand. Alexis.
Well, some things that will happen. So like, let's say you were on Schoology or something and you did the work and like they'd have you sign in like this little place and you can only sign in from 8 to 11 and some people will forget. So if you didn't sign in that day, they just wouldn't count you there. And it'd be like really, really a lot.
Oh, wow. Okay. Now let's hope that doesn't happen. And Zachary, I'm coming to you, sir.
Yeah, I just want to piggyback on what Alana said. Like, I just want them to like grade the work because it kind of takes them a minute to like grade work and get it back. And like, I want them to like grade my work and give me feedback on it because like I really need my feedback on my work. So, yeah.
Okay. Students, the other question that is coming in, do you really feel that the social distancing is going to work with you guys back at school? As far as wearing your mask, sanitizing, 6 feet apart at least, or limiting your groups to no more than 25 or, whatever your state deems.
I personally do not think so. Only because they're requiring all the students to come back on campus. And at my school, I think we have like 10,000 students maybe. And although everyone's not living on campus, you have kids staying off campus. I just feel like it's going to be really, really hard to space out like 10,000 kids in a small, and my school is really small. And also I know they're doing like dining halls. They're like making us sit 6 feet apart. But at the end of the day, I just feel like when everyone goes to their dorm or whatever, you don't know who your roommate's been exposed to. And if they go home for the weekend or come home and come back to school, you don't know who they've come in contact with. So I just feel like it's kind of going to be really hard to keep distance at a college campus.
Yeah, truly, I don't see that happening with a lot of the social gatherings. Zachary, when you go back to school, what do you think is going to happen? You think social distancing will stay in place?
No, I don't think so at all. I mean, I think my classmates will be smart enough to wear their masks, but I don't think they're gonna be like far away from each other, 6 feet apart or anything. Like I said, everyone knows everyone, so I feel like this is gonna be one big group, and they're all gonna be close to each other and stuff, giving high fives, hugging, stuff like that.
Of course. Of course. Alexis.
Well, I don't think everybody will say 6 feet apart because like my school is like a really big school. It has 9 floors. So like you're walking up the stairs and their stairs are very long. And then you also, because my school is a performing arts school, so like if we're like playing an instrument or something, it's going to be hard to stay 6 feet apart and listen to everybody else and try and see what your section leader is playing, try and keep like, because the orchestra room is like very small and like it's like all the 9th and 12th graders, and then there's like new people coming, so you gotta like, I don't know what they're gonna do.
Okay. Yeah, I know when my daughter sees her friends, she automatically, and I have to quickly say, but she jumps in her arms because she hasn't seen them and different things of that nature. And, I just pray, all the time over her and just making sure, because you don't know, nobody looks sick or anything of that nature. So you just hope that they don't get it. But it's going to be hard. Parents, what is your concerns when they go back to school?
For me, it'll be the same. We got middle schoolers on. They like to, that's going to be difficult for them, and to ask them to constantly wear a mask, if that is the requirement, that's another issue in itself. I don't know how they're gonna do that. The schools, the hallways are small.
Yeah.
So I can't see that. With Guilford County having the second choice of your child going to school online the whole year, that could help out a lot with the classroom size, because if half of the kids are online, the other half school, then it may work. It may not be kids in the classroom or at school. So
okay.
Yeah, I just think that I can say this. I've worn a mask every day since about March. So even now at work, and it's hard for me to do it for 8 hours or 10 hours or 12 hours. I don't see, if I can't do it, and I'm 38, I don't see my 10-year-old or my soon to be 14-year-old doing it. And boys, they like the I mean, the boys, they like to wrestle and everything like that. No, they're not going to be keeping 6 feet apart from each other. Yeah. It's unrealistic.
No, I truly agree. I just went and bought my daughter. She likes the ones that look like medical masks. That's the one she preferred. And every time we go out, she always has it sitting right here. And I'm just like, that she was like, it's a battle, and it's not that she doesn't understand. It's, we're just going to the hair store. We're going to Food Line. We're going to Target, different things. But it's like, only if she has to, if she's around people or in an environment she doesn't know, then she'll definitely cover up, because I guess it's not safe there. But it's safe. It's, you know, in the grocery store, you just don't know. So I truly understand. I truly understand. So what do you hope to take away from this school year? What do you hope is going to help prepare you for the future? Miss Alana?
I think with all this, one thing I've learned and that can help me in the future is just to learn how to adjust. Because I feel like no one really was expecting this. I went to school and then we went to spring break and we never came back. So it was just kind of having to learn how to adjust. I was having labs and I was having to do like labs online. Sorry, I don't know what it's called. And I guess just learning how to adjust. Yeah.
Okay. Alexis, what do you have to take away?
I'm gonna have to piggyback off what Alana said. Like, I'm gonna really have to adjust with like all the changes and all that, because like sometimes my arts teachers and my education teachers will pile up like meetings on the same day at the same time. So I'll have to like go through, like pick which one to go to, see which one's more important, and that will help me.
Okay. How did you make that determination on which one was more important?
Well, usually like my music teachers, well, my music teacher who usually did that, she would just talk about like how's everybody's days going and what have you been up to, what have you been playing, or like have a little journal. And like my education teachers will like say, oh, we're going to be talking about this and how this can help you. Like they'll have a description about what the meeting's about, and my music teacher will basically just talk about like what have you been playing, or how good are you at your instrument and all that.
Okay. Okay. Zachary, what do you hope to take away from all of this? What do you hope to learn?
I would learn how to like get over adversity, because this is gonna be my 11th grade year. I heard your 11th grade year is your hardest year in high school. So it's gonna be interesting how this is gonna go down, because online learning, 11th grade year, I feel like it's gonna be something interesting. So yeah.
Okay, good. Good. Parents,
Yes, ma'am.
what do we hope to take away and learn about ourselves in this coming up school year for us?
Whew, I don't know how to answer that question. Seriously, I think that I'll say this. For college, is learning online, to me personally, is it better for college? Quite possibly, yes. For elementary school students,
Yeah.
Middle school students, high school, yeah, you probably can get away with a little bit, but I don't know. I think making it more student friendly, as to say, as more, because we're so used to the Socratic method of teaching, the teacher being in front of us and teaching. And some kids do better online, but trying to bridge that gap so it's not just this thing, where you're just logging online and you're just doing work and there's no teacher there, there's no nothing, to make a hybrid between the two somehow.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's gonna be a learning thing for both my daughter and myself and my husband. We're all just kind of we don't know. Yeah, because we were used to elementary, we were used to her school. We knew what to expect. We knew the principal, we knew the teachers and all of that. And so it's like, we don't know. We don't know anybody. I don't know.
Yeah, no.
I think that I'm just hoping and praying for the best. That's about all.
Yeah, I truly understand that. I was saying, for Reagan, I just really hope that she learns how to be taught and accepts it a different way. Because she is very, she is that child that needs to be in a classroom. She has her own way of learning. She is a visual learner. You have to draw, you have to paint a picture for her, and just sitting in front of a computer, hence why I chose hybrid, she won't grab it that way. You can sit here and talk to her all day, and everybody else got it. And she's like, yeah, I need to see a picture. I need flowers. I need all of this stuff. So I'm really just hoping that we adapt to find a new way of learning within ourselves, and that we try to make it work. With me working at home, I use up a lot of the bandwidth in our internet system because I have conference calls all day. I have clients, different things of that nature. And now she's going to be online also. So, just trying to balance this out, her getting excited in the classroom and I'm on a conference call. That's not going to work, So I'm just really praying that we all have a successful school year. I'm truly praying that we have a successful work year, because it's different for everything. I know we're talking about the students going back to school and going online and the hybrid and different things of that nature, but work has changed for a lot of us also. The way we see things, the way we have to operate. We can't just drop our kids off at school and go on and do what we got to do now. Like Tamika said, she had a new 6th grader and her husband work. So she can't stay at home by herself, trying to figure that out. And as much as we have the independent ones with the high schooler and the middle schooler, but yet at the same time, you just don't feel comfortable leaving kids at home by themselves for that long period of time. I don't care how good the kids are, things happen. And, with the virtual learning and different things of that nature, making sure that, the Blackboards are working, the Google Classrooms are working, the teachers are actually responding, they're actually teaching, and they're just not throwing up an assignment and saying, now go figure this out, because they're just checking off a box. And that's just some of the stuff that I experienced this past spring, and I'm just hoping it doesn't carry over. And I don't believe it will. They've had a whole summer, and and I truly believe that the school systems are trying to make it work for everybody, because everybody's trying to figure it out. But I just truly, truly, truly pray that everything is just successful and our kids come out on top. And I truly believe that they will. Do you guys have any last words that you just really want, the educators are listening, so that you want them to hear and to go forward for this spring? I'll start with our college student. It's just you, Alana.
I'm not sure. I don't know. Someone else can go.
Okay.
I really don't know.
I don't know either. I'm not even gonna lie, Alana. I tried to help you. It was in my head and then I lost it. I'm sorry. I tried to help.
Alexis, save them. Alexis, save them.
I can't. I don't have anything either.
All right. Any last words from our parents?
We just all gonna be in prayer together. That nobody out there is alone. Everybody is worried and concerned about what's gonna happen. So just know that you are not alone. Be patient, and I guess kind of understanding of both sides, the schools, because that's one thing I'm trying to do is just be patient with the school, because I understand they're trying to please everybody, but their main thing is to meet the kids' needs first. So that's pretty much what I have.
Okay. My thing is to just be understanding a little bit from the school side, because this is something that is unprecedented. But on the other side, from the parent side, y'all have school budgets and some money from the state for a reason. So you need to come up with something that works. So, but I understand that this is something that's unprecedented as well. So it's going to be a lot of kinks in the road and stuff like that. So,
Yeah. Okay. I think we can do it. Well, I just want to thank you guys all for joining us today on our Empowerment Thursday. I hope you guys gained a little bit from what we talked about with our students and our parents. And we'll see you next Thursday. Thank you and bye-bye.